So approaching the boxing ring is Jose Miguel BORREGO of Mexico. Brings to the ring a 24-bout professional record, 20 victories, 4 defeats, and of his 20 wins, 17 of them inside the distance for an 85% knockout ratio. No stranger to IBA Champions Night event. In the event in Astana in December of last year, he was absolutely devastating.
Welcome to the cold corner from Russia, Khariton AGRBA.
So making his way into the arena is the undefeated professional Khariton AGRBA. There the flags from his region proudly flown as he will be accompanied to the boxing ring. Man from the Republic of Abkhazia in Russia, spent his early childhood in his native town of Gagra. At the age of 5, he moved with his family to the city of Volgodonsk, Rostov in Russia. Khariton AGRBA, 13 fights, 13 wins, 9 of them inside the distance.
Дамы и господа, для боксеров звучат национальные гимны. Ladies and gentlemen, two national anthems for the boxers. И первым звучит гимн Мексики, and first national anthem of Mexico. А сейчас звучит государственный гимн Российской Федерации. Ladies and gentlemen, national anthem of the Russian Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Soyuz Promotion, International Boxing Association, and the Russian Boxing Federation proud to present the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing for the IBA Eliminator World Title IBA. Представляю вам официальных лиц. Your officials. Supervisor из Сербии. From Serbia, Jovica Panic. Судьи у ринга оценивают главное событие. 3 judges at ringside scoring this main event. Из России, from Russia, Сергей Журкин. из Боснии и Герцеговины Тина Полетан, из Республики Молдова Валерий Пастухов, ваш судья-хронометрист, your timekeeper, из России Виталий Опомах, и с ударом гонга рефери в ринге. And well, the bell rings, your referee in charge from Serbia, Jovana Ogranovic. Итак, дамы и господа на трибунах, миллионы фанатов бокса во всем мире в прямом эфире с арены Академии единоборств «Сириус». Главный бой вечера турнира Лига ставок Ночь чемпионов IBA. Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and the millions boxing fans around the world, live from Sirius Martial Arts Academy Arena on Match TV, the main event of the tournament Liga Stavok Boxing Night. Представляю вам соперников. И первым боксера в черном углу, в черных трусах. Introducing to you first fighting out of the black corner wearing black. Боксеру 26 лет. Его рост 175 сантиметров, а вес 66,6 килограмма. Его профессиональный рекорд 20 побед, включая 17 побед нокаутом, 4 поражения. Ladies and gentlemen, he is 26 years old, standing 175 centimeters tall, weighing at 66.6 kilos. His professional record 20 victories, including 17 wins coming by way of knockout and 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Aguascalientes, Mexico, here is Jose Miguel Borrego. Его соперник в золотом углу, в белых трусах с золотом. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the gold corner, wearing white with gold. Боксеру 28 лет, рост 176 сантиметров, вес 66,75 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 13 побед, включая 9 побед нокаутом и ни единого поражения. Чемпион Европы IBA, ladies and gentlemen. He's 28 years old. He stands 176 centimeters tall, weighing in at 66.75 kilograms. His professional record, 13 victories, no losses, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, he's IBF European champion. Из Санкт-Петербурга, Россия, приветствуйте, не знающий поражений, the undefeated Khariton AGRBA.
So a final check of the equipment from the referee before calling the boxers together for the final instructions.
Boxers, head up, no holding, no low blows, and listen to my comments. Good luck.
Well, what a contest we have in store here. Two explosive professionals, almost identical in height, in this Eliminator for the IBA World Welterweight title. We are underway, 10 3-minute rounds between boxers from Mexico and Russia. An all-southpaw affair. The tattooed figure wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold is Jose Miguel Borrego. The man up on his toes, spearing out a trip hammer of a lead right hand to begin this contest. It's Khariton AGRBA, 28 years of age. An undefeated professional as he works to both head and body out of that southpaw stance. Borrego looking to bob and weave his way into range, but he's been met by an incredibly sharp punch pickup in the first 40 seconds of this opening round. Mention the fact that neither of these men, or both of these men, have featured in IBA Champions Night events before. Sapukov in Russia in August. AGRBA working that right hand beautifully. Head, then body, in between the elbows and forearms of the man from Mexico. He fought in the Sapukov event in August. He's a winner of Zolisani Ndongeni of South Africa. As for the tattooed figure, he has just been touched up in between his attempted defenses by the sticking and moving of AGRBA. Jose Miguel BORREGO demonstrated that effectively. He only needs one shot to get his man out of there, because in December of last year in Astana, in Kazakhstan, the homeland of Aslanbek Shimbergenov, the IBA world champion, he got him out of there with a howitzer of a left hook. Shimbergenov beat the count, but then was stopped on his feet in round 4 in front of his home fans, and that is an idea of the power, the fight-ending power that BORREGO possesses in his fists. Being touched up repeatedly by the accurate right jab of AGRBA. You can see that there's a swelling beneath his right eye developing already, as AGRBA fires in a left hook to the body, but it was caught by the forearm and biceps of the man from Mexico. AGRBA doing a good job of using the space of the ring, keeping a gap between himself and his opponent, who's looking to press, bobbing and weaving his way into range, but so busy with his hands, AGRBA. BORREGO landing just a few moments ago, but it was countered immediately as both men landing southpaw lefts out of that port-sided stance. Wonderful sticking and moving for the course of the first round by Khariton AGRBA. For my money, he's done enough to take that round, but BORREGO not looking to give AGRBA any respite. Let's listen in.
Suéltese poquito, Borrego, con confianza, carnal. Simón, suéltese, vamos al cuerpo primero, fuerte, golpes de poder, terminas arriba, muy fuerte, güey. Pasito hacia atrás, empieza a fintearlo, güey, empieza a fintearlo. Sí, que no entres, que no te agarres rápido, tan fácil el jab. Quiebra cintura, un poquito hacia atrás, finta. Cuando tira el jab, recto, sin miedo, cabrón, vamos, vamos. ¿Tienes agua?
Round 2.
Round 2 then in this Eliminator for the IBA Professional Welterweight World Title. Quickening his feet to answer the bell for the second round is BORREGO, really looking to cut off AGRBA's potential avenues of escape, and he's getting closer. Having used the first round of something of a scouting mission, a round that he probably conceded for my money, he really has quickened his feet and is increasing his punch output as he's staying right with AGRBA, who's continuing to look to use the space of the ring. Nice double jab again, varying the height of that lead right hand. AGRBA getting in between the defenses of BORREGO. Right jab to the body once more. It's that thrusting stab jab from AGRBA. And BORREGO keep the intensity that he demonstrated in the opening 30 seconds of the round. Can he keep it going over that front foot? Because AGRBA, tempo has just slowed a little bit. AGRBA getting back behind that right hand once again, which he's snapping out repeatedly. And a cluster of punches on the inside, hooks and uppercuts from both hands before dodging, before darting away to the space of the ring again. And he really is using that jab to the body to good effect. AGRBA bringing it up upstairs now. Beautiful backhand out of that southpaw stance. Hook to the head, then body. Wonderful variety being shown by AGRBA, who's doing an outstanding job of keeping the movement going on the perimeter of the ring. But then BORREGO getting closer, landing with hooks and uppercuts through that previous portion of the round. Now re-establishing the gap is AGRBA. And that right jab is the foundation upon which all of his successes are being built. There it is once again. Jab to the sternum, then to the body, then he turns it into a double hook. Head, then body. BORREGO looking to cut off AGRBA, but AGRBA doing a good job of just remaining out of range, out of reach. Beautiful right, left, and then changing direction from counterclockwise to clockwise, spinning off the line effectively is AGRBA. Right jab success before turning a left up into the sternum of his man once again. BORREGO, who started briskly. There he looks for a heavy left hook to the body, which got through. But AGRBA re-establishing that gap once again, jabbing and then hooking off the line. BORREGO trying to quicken his feet and get more dynamism into his work, bobbing and weaving in front of his man, but AGRBA remaining switched on and sharp, moving counterclockwise. Could well be walking into the southpaw backhand of BORREGO, but now he changes direction. Never a stationary target, AGRBA. And again, sticking and moving beautifully, varying the height on that right hand, scoring both upstairs and downstairs with it. BORREGO started the round in blistering fashion, but then AGRBA just gave you the impression that he was controlling the tempo for the majority of the round. And for my money, that is 2 rounds in the book for Khariton AGRBA. Close look at the tattoos on the illustrated man, that is Jose Miguel. BORREGO started the second round magnificently, but then AGRBA just did a good job of lowering the tempo to suit him. BORREGO certainly had his moments, was always pressing, but I think that the sheer volume of scoring punches from this man
round
is enough
3
to give him round number 2. Both men keen to plant their flag, their metaphorical flag, into the center of the real estate of the boxing ring. Referee just having to tell them to hold back before answering the gong for round number 3. And it's BORREGO starting briskly over that front foot once again, but he's been continually met by that flicking irritant of a southpaw right jab from AGRBA. AGRBA working that lead right hand incessantly. Oftentimes it's being blocked and parried by the defenses of BORREGO, but it's keeping him occupied so that he's not able to unload offense of his own. And again, changing direction from counterclockwise to clockwise in a flash is AGRBA, as BORREGO continuing to press, but you can see when he's getting ready to draw his hand back to let them go, AGRBA is no longer in the position that he previously was, as he continues to stick and move and peck and poke with sharp shooting pot shot successes. It's wonderful boxing from Khariton AGRBA, and BORREGO continuing to press, continuing to apply pressure. But remember, if you're going to be the aggressor, it has to be effective aggression. And so far, AGRBA's timing is such that it's just really disruptive to the successes that BORREGO is looking to let go with his heavy-handed arsenal. Beautiful right-left combination from AGRBA, changing direction once again, holds his feet momentarily before moving clockwise, but then BORREGO having success with a cluster of heavy leather. But AGRBA getting the movement going once again. BORREGO, though, not giving his man any respite and remaining in the pocket as he continues to pursue and press against the fleet-footed Khariton AGRBA. Nice movement in the pocket from BORREGO, making his man miss, but then look at the efficiency and indeed the output that AGRBA is able to demonstrate. Beautiful check left hook from that southpaw stance, and then ghosting away from near the corner once again. Terrific work from AGRBA, who continues to vary the height on that lead right jab. Sternum, head, down to the navel. Wonderful education, wonderfully educated lead right hand out of that southpaw stance. But BORREGO, though, remaining committed to his mission. Poor counter from AGRBA, able to lean away to make the opponent miss and then score with a single straight of his own. But BORREGO hard right hand to the body, left hook upstairs was a little less accurate. Beautiful accuracy on that southpaw backhand from AGRBA, corkscrewing it through the defenses of BORREGO. 10-second clapper has sounded, closing seconds of this third round as BORREGO not too far away with a left hook and then looking to tee off on AGRBA, having got him in the neutral corner. Strong conclusion to the round where the two men exchange a touch of gloves after the gong to conclude it. BORREGO just showing signs that he was getting closer in the final stages of that third round. I have to think that the sticking and moving produced by AGRBA for the majority of round number 3 is enough to tilt it in his favor. And so with 3 rounds in the book, I've got it 30-27, having scored all 3 completed rounds, 10-9 for the undefeated boxer from Russia. But AGRBA did an outstanding job of maneuvering his man to the corner just before the gong to conclude round number 3, and he did have some success with his man in that confined position against the neutral corner turnbuckle. It's a magnificent atmosphere here
Round 4.
the Olympic cluster in Adler. We're in Sirius in Russia. We are ringside in our main event of the evening. 10 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division in an eliminator for the IBA professional welterweight title. And BORREGO getting closer with hooks and uppercuts as AGRBA forced to spin off the ropes once again. But BORREGO continuing to bob and weave in front of his rangy southpaw opponent, but then look at that southpaw left uppercut from BORREGO in between the defenses of AGRBA, who is snapping out that lead right hand once again in quick fire fashion. But BORREGO looking to evade it. Left hook around the corner is a scoring shot for AGRBA. BORREGO again continuing his grim advance. Left hook to the body is a scoring shot. AGRBA responds with a left hook to the body of his own and then gets to work behind that incessant lead right hand once again. Double right hook, head then body, and the right hook to the body was a terrifically picked punch beneath the left elbow of the tattooed fighter from Mexico. And again, up on his toes now, AGRBA. BORREGO continuing to press, but able to spin away from near the ropes back to the space of center ring is AGRBA. Both men demonstrating incredible concentration as BORREGO continuing to walk down AGRBA, but AGRBA showing wonderful concentration, punch selection, and accuracy. Snaking out that lead right hand almost non-stop is AGRBA, and it's keeping BORREGO occupied, but he is remaining fully focused on his task as he has success with hooks upstairs and down to the body as well. But look at the leather being pressed by AGRBA. Not heavy by any stretch of the imagination, those straight shots, but that left hook which followed altogether was, and then followed, that was countered by a left uppercut from BORREGO. Nice right left from AGRBA. And AGRBA continuing to shoot that right jab and keep the movement going, but a heavy left cross fired in with bad intentions from BORREGO. 3-shot salvo from AGRBA, changing direction after holding his feet momentarily. Really is impressive the manner in which AGRBA has been able to keep this movement going. Will he be able to maintain it? Remember, it's a contest scheduled for 10 threes. The distance holding no fears for either of these boxers. Two experienced professionals. What a sumptuous left uppercut, and then spinning off the line, changing direction, AGRBA, but then an overhand left out of the southpaw stance from BORREGO. Right hook fired from BORREGO wasn't too far away, but his right eye closing rapidly from both above and below. So the corner are going to have to get to work on that swelling right optic. But a wonderful demonstration of sticking and moving once again from Khariton AGRBA. Well, there's an example of the variety and volume coming from the fists of Khariton AGRBA. But BORREGO always pressing, not giving AGRBA a moment's respite, but that is how disruptive his shot selection was. Look at how it knocked BORREGO off balance, and then he had to get his feet back beneath him and come again and pursue AGRBA, who had ghosted away in the other direction.
Пятый раунд, round 5.
So into the 5th round then. As BORREGO out quickly, looking to apply more front foot pressure against the sticking and moving figure that is Khariton AGRBA, who's remaining sharp and dynamic in his movements, up on his toes. Good right jab followed by a bolo shot to the body from AGRBA. BORREGO looking to bob and weave his way into range, and as he demonstrated against Aslan Bekçin, but again off one punch can often be enough for this heavy-handed KO artist from Mexico. But AGRBA doing an outstanding job with the movements, floating around the boxing ring. Right hand without reply, then jamming on the brakes and changing direction once again. Counterclockwise to his right. But BORREGO not being discouraged and continues to press as he has success with his backhand, his feet now in the manner of an orthodox boxer. He's coming square on now, BORREGO. Double left hook success from BORREGO. AGRBA, his back skimming the ropes. Just glides by our commentary position here ringside at the Academy of Martial Arts. But this pressure could begin to take or reap dividends as we go into the second half of the contest, because AGRBA has clocked up an awful lot of mileage up there in the boxing ring. Left hook success from BORREGO, right hand to the body in response from AGRBA. But BORREGO now sensing that this could well be the time to close the distance and increase the punch output, because as we approach 2 minutes gone in this 5th round, AGRBA, well, he's not slowing down, but BORREGO is getting closer and targeting that torso, with punches being fired with accuracy and bad intentions. Now he's back upon his toes, sitting around the boxing ring, both clockwise and counterclockwise. Spinning off the line to good effect once more is Khariton AGRBA. Flurry of 3 straight punches followed by 2 jabs without reply. Not necessarily scoring punches, but again, they're blinding punches and they're key. Oh, that's a good right hand. That's a good left hand right hook from the Mexican southpaw. And that would have got AGRBA's attention. It was the backhand that scored first, followed by a howitzer of a right hook. But AGRBA looking to increase that gap once again. Big swing and a miss from BORREGO, but BORREGO showing signs in this 5th round that he is getting closer, landing perhaps his most solid shots of the entire contest during the course of this stanza. And that could well be a significant moment in this contest. Will AGRBA be able to keep the movement going? How much encouragement will BORREGO take from the success that he enjoyed in that 5th round, where he landed his most solid punches during the course of this IBA title eliminator?
Ya son estudios, tenemos que noquear, güey, ya sabes, güey. Si no, no podemos ganar, güey.
So the head movement from BORREGO saw him evade the 2nd jab, but he couldn't stay out of the way. Excuse me, avoid the 1st jab, but he couldn't stay out of the way of the 2nd. And then the volume from AGRBA, keeping the attacks going, but then a counter right hook landed in that cluster from BORREGO.
6th round, round 6.
Into the second half of this IBA title eliminator we go. Beautiful flashing left hand while moving counterclockwise from Khariton AGRBA. But BORREGO again hit cleanly by a left hook from AGRBA. And AGRBA showing fantastic conditioning limber legs, strong lungs, because the manner in which he's been able to glide around the ring is impressive indeed. And he's doing this against an educated pressure fighter who's continuing to come forward with bad intentions. But AGRBA switched on, concentration absolute, and giving his man volume here now before increasing the power on that right hand to the body. Double jab without reply from AGRBA. Now changes his movement. Well, swinging both clockwise and counterclockwise is AGRBA. But BORREGO, his spirits remaining intact, walking down his man, almost breaking out into a jog. Good defense with the right glove from BORREGO, then getting into his own range, landing heavy hooks. May have been with the inside of the glove, but look at the concentration of AGRBA to avoid the incoming fire and get to the space of center ring once again. Good defense with the gloves from BORREGO, as BORREGO quickening his feet here now as he looks to close the gap against the incessant movement of Khariton AGRBA. Pushes his man off with the shoulder and elbow. Good double right hand, jab to the body, then a hook beneath the left elbow of BORREGO. Left hook around the corner, followed by a double jab to the body. Beautiful uppercut, preceded by a hook from AGRBA. Oh, cracking right hand on the reverse 1-2 to end that from the Russian southpaw.
No holding, no holding. Break!
Referee allowing the boxers to work away before issuing the command of break. Left hand on the resumption from BORREGO. Oh, good left hand to the body, followed by a right hook to the head from BORREGO. And a left hand is a solid shot from the man from Mexico, but it's countered by AGRBA. Just straining my neck to see whether the nose damage has been sustained by AGRBA. But he is remaining razor sharp with his movements. Beautiful left hand to the body, which came behind a right jab upstairs from AGRBA. But BORREGO, effective defense with the gloves to block and parry the incoming offense from AGRBA. Oh, nice counter left uppercut again from the Russian southpaw. And then he carried on his movement counterclockwise, and then making his man miss by spinning off the line with a pivot. It's absolutely astounding to behold from Khariton AGRBA, the manner in which he's able to keep this movement going beyond the halfway stage of this IBA welterweight title eliminator.
Он твой, да? Сразу добери его. 4. Сейчас 7-й раунд. 4 раунда. Хороший раунд, так же. Сколько он встал, свое действие. Так не веду. Убери их эту штуку. Во-во-во-во. Водичка.
Well, we've got a portion of fans up on their feet here at the Academy of Martial Arts. They're the people waving the regional flag from where Khariton AGRBA hails, and they are making their presence out here.
Round 7.
In Sirius tonight. So into the 7th round then. Looking to set about his man is Jose Miguel BORREGO. Counter left hand not too far away from the man out of the black corner. Nice right hand landed from BORREGO. AGRBA looking to re-establish the rhythm and range that he's been demonstrating in previous rounds. Here's a nice right jab to the body from BORREGO. Well, he switches attack now down to the torso in a bid to slow down the fleet-footed movements that AGRBA has been demonstrating all contest long. Nice defense with the gloves once again to parry that incoming shot from BORREGO. And then BORREGO working his way inside before looking to burrow away to the body of BORREGO. Swing with the lead right hook was inaccurate from BORREGO. BORREGO talking about the conditioning and reflexes of AGRBA, but what about his conditioning and his unquenchable desire? Nice right hook from AGRBA, so him spin off the line out of the neutral corner once again. Now looking to get close is BORREGO, and this is where he's got to get busy and go to work. But again, spinning away is AGRBA. Simply will not hold his feet and present a stationary target to this marauding figure from Mexico. Nice check left hand from AGRBA. And then getting to work behind that right jab once again. Three-shot combination, right, left, right in between the gloves of BORREGO. And that brings a round of applause from the crowd here at the Academy of Martial Arts, who are looking to make their presence felt once more by increasing their decibel level. Nice counter, corkscrew left hand from AGRBA, but then BORREGO did get closer. Big swing and a miss after enjoying some success, BORREGO. And while he was sizing the stadium air with that big swing and a miss, he was touched up by a couple of feather-like shots, and then an altogether heavier right hook to the body. It was a double hook, head then body, corkscrew southpaw left again. And the variety being demonstrated in the repertoire of Khariton AGRBA is simply beautiful to behold. Variety in terms of the power that he's unleashing. Not every shot is a home run swing, and not every shot is a feather duster, but within combinations he's varying the power, and he's changing the height of his jab, he's changing the angle of his hooks, spinning off the line once again, and then physical when required to push his man off with the shoulder and elbow. But continuing to press is Miguel BORREGO, who is showing insatiable desire here in his bid to be declared the victor in this IBA title eliminator. Well, with 7 rounds in the book, I have got Khariton AGRBA ahead by a considerable margin.
Tú dime, ¿cómo te sientes?
Se puede, Miguel.
Vamos. Oh, cabrón. No te amarrado. Vamos, pinche Miguel, respira profundo.
Some of the action from that round, and every time Jose Miguel BORREGO looks
round 8.
So to the 8th round then. I have got Khariton AGRBA leading by a wide margin on the scorecards. Look at that incessant lead right jab, non-stop being stuck into the face of BORREGO. And while it's seldom a knockdown or knockout shot, the right jab, it is an irritant. And the way Khariton AGRBA is working that lead right hand, it's as though he's knocking on a door trying to get in a building that's locked, because it has been non-stop pushed into the face of BORREGO, causing that swelling around his right eye, both above and below. But there's a good left hand sunk into the body just above the belt line from BORREGO, and a howitzer of a left uppercut just causes AGRBA to lose his footing, and he initiates a clinch to allow his senses to recover and his head to clear. But that is the type of power that BORREGO possesses, and he lands another left uppercut. And these desperate moments in this 8th round, with a minute gone, being endured by Khariton AGRBA. He's had his chin checked thoroughly by the uppercuts of BORREGO, and BORREGO senses that, marches back into the breach in pursuit of his man once again. AGRBA's passionate, fervent home fans sense that also, and they're trying to rally their man once more, because Jose Miguel BORREGO enjoying his most effective success of the entire contest, and now AGRBA appears to have weathered the storm and has come out of the other side of those perilous moments where he was hit twice by 2 really hard left uppercuts. And now he's got the movement going once again. His coordination has returned. And not only is he showing fantastic conditioning, he is showing incredible spirit and resolve and resilience as well as Khariton AGRBA, because he was touched up by 2 heavy uppercuts from Jose BORREGO. inside the opening minute. There's another lead right uppercut from BORREGO, who senses that this may be his moment, and he's having more success with shots underneath and around the corner. AGRBA trying to keep the movement going, trying to keep his wits about him, poking out that point-scoring right jab, running BORREGO into it, but BORREGO will not be deterred or denied, continuing to press as he goes in search of an inside-the-distance finish. 20 seconds for AGRBA to make it back to the sanctuary of his gold corner in what has been his most difficult round to date. BORREGO beats his chest and says, "Bring it to me," as he gets back over the front foot once again. AGRBA keeping the movement going, maintaining the gap, and how about that for a highlight reel Hollywood lead right hand as he changed direction from counterclockwise to clockwise, jammed on the brakes, and checked the chin of BORREGO while changing direction. Well, these are the uppercut successes that BORREGO enjoyed. But AGRBA showing not only is he a fleet-footed boxer, but he's got plenty of bottle as well, because he absorbed those shots. He held on when required to allow his head to clear, and ended the round with a beautiful check left hand out of his southpaw stance. Well, for what it's worth, my scorecard is 78-75 in favor of Khariton AGRBA with 2 rounds remaining. As we go into the 9th round, Jose Miguel BORREGO will look to build on the heavy-handed successes he enjoyed in that 8th round. His southpaw left uppercut was really prominent in his repertoire, really swiveling the head of AGRBA. But by the round end, AGRBA was showcasing this type of fleet-footed movement once again. Can BORREGO slow it down by checking his conditioning, by working the body, or indeed the chin? Now, just playing possum as he sat on the ropes, trying to lure AGRBA into his wheelhouse. But now the familiar pattern resumes of BORREGO on the front foot in pursuit of AGRBA, who continues to dodge and dart his way around the ring like a jackrabbit, not holding his feet for a nanosecond during the course of this contest. Always up on his toes, floating, gliding, sticking and moving. Good left hand belted into the body by BORREGO, and then digging away with his free right hand while AGRBA tied up his left, approaching the halfway stage of this penultimate round. BORREGO needs a massive couple of final rounds, or perhaps more straightforwardly, needs to get his man out of there inside the distance for my money. But AGRBA continuing to remain a dynamic figure, an elusive figure. BORREGO grinning that gum shield contemptuously, as if to say, stand and fight, just as the late, great, marvelous Marvin Hagler did in the direction of Sugar Ray Leonard in the course of their undisputed middleweight title fight, as BORREGO willingly backing up towards the ropes once again, as he looks to lure AGRBA into his web. AGRBA accommodating him, but now BORREGO back onto the front foot once more. Perhaps an increasing amount of desperation creeping into his work. The head going in, that right eye closing rapidly to almost a slit now. Beautiful punch picking once more from Khariton AGRBA, dropping his hands contemptuously in the face of this heavy-handed Mexican marauder. But BORREGO, with his right eye closing, rendering him perhaps unsighted from that side, continuing to press. But AGRBA, in a really tough contest, is checking all of the boxes required to be an elite level fighter here tonight, as he has more success with BORREGO pinned on the ropes. BORREGO waves him in before springing off the stands and looking to bob and weave his way back into contention. Terrific round produced by Khariton AGRBA. after he was rocked solidly in round number 8 by some hellacious uppercuts and hooks from Jose Miguel Borrego. Well, again, Borrego just trying to, AGRBA just trying to discourage Borrego as we take a look at his peach of a left uppercut out of that southpaw stance. And for my money, well, this man needs an inside the distance stoppage here now. Concentration going to be absolutely key for Khariton AGRBA. He has got to demonstrate his bout management skills.
¿Sí? ¿Cómo te sientes? No, güey. No estás inflamado, güey. ¿Sí? Vamos, cabrón.
Итак, заключительный 10-й раунд. Round 10. The final round.
So a touch of gloves of the most perfunctory fashion to begin this 10th and final round. A round in which, for my money, Jose Miguel Borrego has got to get his man out of there, and he's going in search of the finishing salvo, unleashing that southpaw left hook with bad intentions, bobbing and weaving to avoid the lead right stick of Khariton AGRBA, and again letting that backhand go furiously with AGRBA pinned in the corner near the ropes. AGRBA intelligently claims his man, wraps him up, and he'll wait for the instruction of the referee to break. Borrego has got to free his hands in a bid to let them go, to find the finishing salvo that he needs. So there'll be an increase. Oh, that's a wonderful southpaw left uppercut once again from AGRBA. But then a right uppercut landed from Borrego, who's continuing to walk his man down. Right-left success from AGRBA, who needs to avoid walking onto a finishing shot or combination from Borrego. Claims his man, walks him back towards the neutral corner on the far side of the ring from our commentary position. Awaiting the intervention of the referee as we approach the halfway stage of this final round. Hard left hook fired in once again. AGRBA showing that he's not looking to see this one out by gliding around the boxing ring out of punching range, showing that he can stand and fight at short and mid-range if necessary. Both men have sustained damage during the course of this contest. Here's a hard single landed on the resumption by Borrego. And Borrego looking to burrow away to the body once more. AGRBA tying his man up, tangoing him back across the ring towards Borrego's own black corner. AGRBA going walkabout, looking in the direction of his gold corner, just looking for more encouragement from his team. Beautiful boxing before darting away in clockwise fashion once again. Borrego continues to press, and the nose damage sustained by AGRBA increasing by the second here now. That'll make breathing more difficult, as Borrego, knowing that he's running out of time, remains in pursuit of the finishing punch that he requires. Nice composure in the pocket from AGRBA as the two men exchange jabs. And he's punching with sufficient force, AGRBA, that Borrego just not able to walk through him and do as he likes. Make no mistake, he has been the aggressor for the entirety of this contest, and now quickens his feet as he breaks into a jog, but it's a terrific two-shot salvo before spinning off the line, just to punctuate and underline the superiority that he's demonstrated. AGRBA ending with a combination on the final gong to conclude the contest. What a contest between a front foot pressure box fighter and a back foot stick and move merchant. The two styles combining to produce a magnificent spectacle. For what it's worth, I happen to think that it's this man, Khariton AGRBA of Russia, who will extend his perfect professional career here tonight. And he will prevail in this final eliminator for the IBA professional welterweight title. Deep into the 10th round, he was still able to produce combinations such as that. Two-shot salvos, that one a three-shot combination, before spinning off the line to avoid any attempted counter produced by Jose Miguel Borrego. But Borrego deserves immense credit for the manner in which he continued to compete from opening bell to last, He had his moments. He let AGRBA know that he was in a fight and not a showcase contest. But I don't think BORREGO has done enough to be declared as the victor here tonight, because this man's movement, variety, concentration and shot selection were second to none. A terrific all-southpaw encounter, and I think it's Khariton AGRBA who is going to be declared as a victor here tonight. I would be surprised if it were anything other than unanimous. But what say the scoring judges sat ringside using the 10-point must system? Well, I think BORREGO will have a sense, perhaps more than anybody, that this isn't going to be his night here, but we still require official confirmation. Let's get the particulars at the conclusion of that epic bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the end of the main event, we go to the judges' scorecards. Первый судья, Judge 1, 190, 190. Второй судья, 99-91, Judge 2, 99-91. И судья номер 3, Judge 3, 190. 190. Таким образом, единогласным решением судей одержал победу и стал претендентом на пояс чемпион мира IBA в полусреднем весе. Your winner by unanimous decision and Eliminator World Title IBA welterweight is Khariton AGRBA.
Khariton AGRBA declared a unanimous point decision victor over Jose Miguel BORREGO of Mexico. He thereby extends the perfect start to his professional career, and more significantly, he has prevailed in this eliminator for the IBA welterweight title. But even though the scorecards were incredibly wide, including shutout victories from some of the observers, Khariton AGRBA will know more than anyone that he was in a fight tonight, because Jose Miguel BORREGO really tested his resolve, his punch resistance, and his spirit. Let's hear from the victor now.
Спасибо всем, кто пришел поддержать. Очень рад был. Спасибо. Отдельное спасибо хочу выразить организации IBA за эту прекрасную возможность стать претендентом за пояс чемпиона мира по IBA. Отдельное хочу сказать спасибо Мару Назаровичу Кремлеву за развитие спорта, а именно бокса на международном уровне. Это большая возможность для нас, боксеров, выступать на таком уровне. Большое спасибо. И, конечно, отдельное спасибо моему менеджеру Кравцову Эдуарду Викторовичу и моей команде Датаев Тим. Идем дальше за поясом чемпиона мира по IBA. Всем спасибо. Отдельное спасибо землякам.
Khariton AGRBA.
So Khariton AGRBA engaging with his passionate home support here at the conclusion of that contest, and who knows just how much extra energy he was able to draw from their encouragement, because he had his chin checked on a couple of occasions in that contest, particularly in round 8, but on each occasion he weathered the storm and fought back magnificently. And even though it was a wide, unanimous verdict in favor of Khariton AGRBA, Jose Miguel BORREGO really tested him tonight with his presence, with his pressure, but AGRBA answering all of those questions and continued to keep the movement going and demonstrate variety such as that. The concentration that he was able to showcase was admirable indeed. Because when you've got a man looking to sit on your chest all contest long, that is draining in itself. But Khariton AGRBA, there was that left uppercut that BORREGO landed in the 8th round, but AGRBA coming back with uppercut success of his own and salvos such as that And that was the moment of confirmation. Jose Miguel BORREGO acknowledging the support